Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we have a full day of eating. I'm gonna also get some potential posing footage and gym footage for you guys, so I'll throw that in here if I do. But this is a full day of eating. That's the primary reason for this video. Be getting tons of messages about like, yo, where's the YouTube? You know, I've been a little quiet on here just because the last one, if you've seen it, awesome. If not, then go watch it. Sorry, brain's kind of struggling right now. We pushed really hard, but we're getting like really lean. We're in like a new level of body composition for sure, like leanness. So I'm really happy. Legs are just like completely shredded all the way up to like my hips. So really excited with how things are going now, especially with everything I talked about in the last video. But yeah, full day of eating. This is 12 days out as of today when I'm recording this. I'm gonna try to get this out same day. It might be the next day, but this is either 11, 12 days out when I drop this, but I'm recording this at 12 days out. We just came off of 2 lower days, and this is gonna be a little bit higher. We have 120 grams of Elev8 creamy rice. This is just chocolate cake, keeping it super simple. There's nothing else in there. I did munch on 100 grams of blueberries, which is on my plan, obviously. While I make this, I just was super hungry this morning while I was making my first meal, so I didn't get that on video. Normally I'll just throw the blueberries on here and eat it, but this is just the Elev8 creamy rice, 120 grams measured dry. We have 1 whole egg and 10 ounces egg whites with some pink salt and then just some water. And I just finished up my cardio this morning. It was 40 minutes fasted on the elliptical, and then I went on a pretty good walk. How long was the walk? So far this morning, I'm at 6,700 steps. I'm not sure if you can see that. Emily and I went on a pretty good walk right after cardio, and that doesn't include cardio. So I got a lot of expenditure already today. So I'm excited to have this meal 1. See you guys at meal 2. Just got back from some body work with Kevin over at Evo Performance here in Austin, Texas. Best body work ever, and it just happens to be where I live. Literally the best body work I've ever had. If you live in Austin, definitely go to Kevin at Evo Performance. I'm not sure if he has any spots left because it's his company. He's super busy like running it, but he has a lot of amazing assistants and everything who do amazing job as well. They have acupuncture now, all this cool stuff. Whole gym built out in there. It's really cool. I'll have to record it for you guys at some point. But we have meal 2 for today's full day of eating. We have Isopro from Eminent Nutrition. This is chocolate peanut butter, just 40 grams. I like using these little midget shaker cups now because it's like perfect for protein shakes. And then I have 120 grams Elev8 chocolate cake creamy rice. I'm not sure if you can see it. And then I have 16 grams of almond butter, or sorry, peanut butter, either or, but I use peanut butter and a little bit of pink salt. This is my pre-workout meal. So I will see you guys potentially at the gym. I might see you guys at meal 3 if I'm like feeling it today. It just depends on how I feel when I get there, if I need to lock in or not. So that is meal 2. I'll put all the macros and calories up here too so you guys can see it. But yeah, that's meal 2. I'll see you guys here in a little bit.
I'm just going to be continuously going back and forth and seeing the differences. Beautiful. Shit. Good. Hands down. Throw your back out better. Muscle pushes against the skin. Now you can like really get into it. Yeah, also in your BA, your legs get flat, but they're still big even when they're flat. I can see it through here, and I can see it through here. It's like this looks bigger when I'm flat.
All right, so we are post-workout now. I got some clips. I'll throw some stuff in. You probably already saw it if you're listening to this. Real fast, this is my meal 3. It's 6 ounces chicken breast, 200 grams jasmine rice, some pink salt, and I didn't put any sauce on here. I'm not like sauce restricting right now. Will doesn't have me restricting any sauces or anything like that necessarily. I just prefer not to use them unless I like absolutely need them that day, and I haven't needed them in a while. I have nothing against it. All my clients use sauces until like 2 weeks out usually. Just depends on the circumstance and the client, but yeah, personally, I just like to not use them when I don't crave it. And then if it's like really extreme and I feel like I have a really big sweet tooth, or like I want something more savory, then I'll use the sauce, but it's not that big of a deal. If you're consistent everywhere else, then you'll be fine. But that's what this meal is. Like I said, I'll put the macros up and stuff for each meal, and then at the very end, but I'm gonna talk to you guys real fast while I eat this, so if you don't like that, skip ahead. So I want to talk about my faith real fast, and I want to start talking about this more on here just because, it's important to me, and it's a huge part of my life, especially, the last like 6-7 months. I promised myself towards the beginning of the year, I'm not like a resolutionist. I think you should be able to start something immediately. You should have the discipline, work ethic to start something and follow through with it, no matter the time of year. But personally, around the start of the year, coincidentally, I just, was like, I want to read more of the Bible. So I started with like, I'm going to read the Bible once a week, because that's like, that was easy for me to do. I'm like, if I can't, read the Bible once a week, then I can't call myself a Christian. That's the way I looked at it. I would say about March is when I really started to get serious about, making sure I took the time aside to read the Bible. I do it on my phone, on the app, just the Bible app. So it's kind of boring if you don't like reading, but once you really start reading the Bible, it's crazy how much it can change your life if you really like take the time to dissect it and understand it, and read through the lines as much as you can, and just be present while you're reading it and just apply it to your life. So I'm not going to go on like a tangent, but I guess what I'm trying to say is, try it out. If you're having a hard time in life, if you're going through some hard stuff, if things feel like they might be too hard for you to handle, these are all signs, in my opinion, from experience, that God is calling you to lean into Him and establish that relationship, build that relationship, because He loves you and He cares. So a lot of people reach out to me and they're struggling with depression, they're struggling with just random things in life that they feel like they just keep getting piled on with, and it's totally normal. And I just want to get on here and just let you guys know that it's totally normal to feel that way. And a huge way that I've because I struggle with these things too, a huge way that I've been able to cope and get through a lot of hard times and have the peace, especially recently, is through reading scripture. So I would definitely recommend just like try it once a week, like I did once a week. I think it took me like 2 months, 3 months to like really read a section that really hit me. And then as soon as it hit me and I like was like, whoa, then I like became like addicted to it. And then it became like a 3-4 times a week thing, kind of like still like when it was convenient. And then it was like, I want to wake up every morning and start my day with this, because I feel so good, so much more at peace and so happy as soon as I read it. Like I can't help but smile and feel good about my life when I read it. Or if I'm going through some stuff and it tells me you need to get your stuff together, then I start the day off more motivated, and I'm like, okay, I have guidance, I have a blueprint, I know how I need to act, what I need to do, how I need to live my life to be the most successful person, and also build my relationship with God. So like I said, I'm not going to ramble, because I know that's not for everybody, and I understand, but I really do hope that if you're on the fence or you're curious, you either reach out. I'm more than happy to answer anything in the comments, but I just encourage you to try to at least read the Bible one time and just be fully present while you do it. So I challenge you to do that. If you read the Bible all the time, or you read scripture, or you go to church, or whatever your way of worshiping the Lord is, comment down below. I'm curious how many of you guys are believers and how many of you guys aren't, because I love all you guys. So appreciate all the support. But that is my meal 3. That's my little tangent for the day. And I will see you guys at meal 4. There's 5 meals today. And yeah, see you guys here in about 2.5 hours. All right, guys, meal 4. This is pretty straightforward. It's gonna be the same thing for meal 5. So I'm not gonna record meal 5. I'm just gonna enjoy the night. So it's gonna be 200 grams jasmine rice, 3 ounces sirloin steak. I find the leanest cut all the fat off of it when I cook it. 3 ounces chicken breast, 40 grams green beans. I think I already said jasmine rice. 5 grams olive oil, and some pink salt. I'll put all the macros and calories on the screen for the entire day, including the meal 5. If you guys have any questions, drop them down below. Make sure you're subscribed, like, share this, and thank you guys all so much for the support. I'll see you guys in the next video. 12 days out.